Fun starts now.
Welcome to Newswatch 12 at 10. I'm Justin Betty. We'll get to those stories in just a few minutes. But first, the weekend is here, and it's shaping up to be a great one. Newswatch 12 meteorologist Andrew Kekafer is here with your first look at the forecast. Andrew.
Well, Justin, you couldn't have summarized it any better. It will be a great weekend overall. High temperatures will be reaching these low 80s again for the next couple of days, and that will be under plenty of sunshine. So we could even be getting up to the 90s come Monday. We did hit the high in Ashland of 86 today, and that was with hardly any wind out there at all. There was a light breeze today. We will pick up a light northeast flow tomorrow, but overnight there will be that stillness to the air under mostly starry skies. So looking outside now, we did have a few clouds. Those have been taking their time to move out of eastern Wisconsin. Now those mostly clear skies all around the Badger States, which that is going to take part in having us dip into the low 50s to even upper 40s overnight. So to take you through those next 12 hours, here we go. Seeing mostly clear skies all the way through 4 a.m. Temperatures getting down to those low 50s. And on the back half of the night, we'll stay for those low 50s. Some areas touching the upper 40s, and then high temperatures once again back up to those low 80s. Justin?
All right, thank you, Andrew. A man charged with killing a University of Wisconsin-Madison student back in 2008 has now been ordered to stand trial. Yesterday, a Dane County judge ruled there was enough evidence to show probable cause that David Call might be responsible for the death of 21-year-old Brittany Zimmerman. She was found stabbed and strangled. The 54-year-old appeared in court via video from the Oshkosh Correctional Institute, where he's being held on his 7th drunk driving conviction. As the COVID-19 case situation right now, it's nowhere near where we were during most of the pandemic, but it has been trending up in Wisconsin over the last couple weeks. Today, the Wisconsin Department of Health Services reports 197 new cases. We're now averaging 149 per day over the last week, roughly double what it was at the beginning of July. However, death numbers have stayed low so far. DHS reports no new deaths today. We are averaging what rounds down to 0 deaths per day over the last week. Meanwhile, the COVID-19 vaccine rollout has essentially stalled over the last month. 51% of all people in the state have now received at least one dose. But our 12-county north central Wisconsin region is the least vaccinated in the state, which is 45.3% of people having received at least one shot. The Department of Homeland Security is ramping up its vaccination efforts at immigrant detention centers, saying they've allocated 10,000 one-shot Johnson & Johnson vaccines to give to detainees. In related news, U.S. Customs and Border Protection announced today agents either arrested or turned away more than 188,000 migrants trying to cross the border just in June. That is the most in at least 10 years. The new school year is now less than 2 months away, but healthcare professionals say if you want to vaccinate your kids before the school year starts, you should really start now. Newswatch 12's Georgina Fernandez explains.
Kids aren't usually focused on the danger of germs or how they can affect other people. But as children prepare to return back to in-person learning, healthcare professionals are urging their parents to add the COVID-19 vaccine to their back-to-school list.
They're unvaccinated, particularly if they're unmasked, if they can't maintain distance, they will spread this virus to each other, especially in the day and age of Delta variant.
According to DHS, youth in the north central region of the state continue to be among the least vaccinated. Only 17.2% of 12 to 15-year-olds have finished their COVID-19 vaccine series. That number rising to 26.3% for 16 and 17-year-olds. In order for herd immunity to be met, health officials say there needs to be cross-representation in vaccine numbers within age groups.
Especially if that cohort or that group of the population hangs out together, that becomes basically an island of people who can continue to spread this disease amongst themselves.
And for youth, that cohort is their school.
If mom and dad are unvaccinated, if grandpa and grandma are unvaccinated, they can infect them and cause problems. But anywhere where we have our young kids congregating together, they can create this nidus for infection amongst themselves, but also infection in our communities.
Pathos says parents who are wanting to vaccinate their kids should do it within the next 2 weeks to make sure both doses are able to be administered prior to school starting up. In the Northwoods, Georgina Fernandez, Newswatch 12.
We got some calls on our Your 2 Cents line this week on a few different topics. One of our viewers doesn't think we're hard enough on President Biden. Take a listen.
I just
you report on Biden, why don't you see his cognitive abilities fading away? Because he can't even read off the teleprompter half the time. And I'm not being mean here, but everybody can notice it. I just wonder why you guys don't report on Biden's failures, or do you just try to make him look better? I don't understand.
Now, we cover a lot of policy moves by President Biden from different angles. You'll hear politicians on both sides talking about them. But as far as what President Biden or any politician sounds like, it's not really the role of a news anchor to provide an opinion on that, good or bad. 24/7 cable networks, of course, have lots of hosts who play by different rules. They're more like the TV equivalent of a newspaper editorial columnist. But I try my best to just present the information. As for what topics we cover, that can be a hard decision to make as well. Most days we only have room for a couple minutes of national stories per newscast, since we try to keep it mostly local. We don't have our own reporters in Washington or at the border, so we're kind of at the mercy of what NBC National and other NBC affiliates are willing to share with us. We can't just take reporting from whatever source we want. But I can choose what doesn't go in our newscast. There's no corporate boogeyman telling me we must run something. So if I think a story is not up to our standards or is biased, I don't use it. And the anchors and producers of our other newscasts can do the same with their shows. Remember, if you want to make your voice heard on your 2 cents, give us a call at 715-365-8812, extension 319. Again, 715-365-8812, extension 319. And thank you for calling. In the meantime, we'll talk about the YMCA of the Northwoods big golf fundraiser today in just a few minutes. But first, Andrew's in with your full forecast. You're watching Newswatch 12. Proud to serve Enterprise and folks all across the Northwoods of Wisconsin.
Whether it's for work or play, you want a truck that'll get the job done right. We have them all. Half-ton trucks, Power Strokes, Cummins, Duramax, SUVs, over 800 to choose from. Know that all Lenz trucks are fully inspected, certified clean, can be purchased online, and can be delivered right to your door. It's our way of saying thanks to our past and future customers for the last 35 years. Go now to LenzTruck.com.
Lenz Truck. Need a new boat? Then it's time to trade and upgrade with American Marine and Motorsports, because we need your old boat. We need to buy fishing boats, pontoons, and speedboats. So trade in your old one and upgrade into a new boat today. Come check out more boats and pontoons in stock than anywhere else in Wisconsin. Or we could help you get top dollar by selling your old boat on consignment. It's time to trade and upgrade with American Marine and Motorsports Shawano.
Land O'Lakes, Wisconsin is calling your name. Our growing community is ideal for a getaway or even a new place to live. Adventurous types can find thrilling ways to explore the outdoors, while others soak in the serenity of nature. Families can ride bikes through picturesque trails or check out the quaint library, while golfers hit the green. Take a stroll through our charming downtown and dig into decadent supper club fare. Land O'Lakes has everything you need to LOL. Live out loud, that is.
Experience exceptional brilliance and intense colors during the LALI Jewels Trunk Event, presented by Wickersham Jewelry, July 20th in Wausau, July 21st in Marshfield, and July 22nd in Rhinelander. Explore over 1,000 pieces from the collection, all 50% off for one day only. Save an additional 20% by scheduling an appointment. You'll even receive a free gift with purchase. Wickersham's LALI Trunk Event, July 20th through the 22nd. Wickersham Jewelry. If you can dream it, we can make it.
At Big Valley Ford, we have a great selection of gently used trucks, SUVs, and cars, and we are ready to help you find the right vehicle to explore the Northwoods. Big Valley Ford is passionate about every vehicle that enters our service center, and our team of technicians are here to help with all of your service needs. Whether you are looking for a new or used vehicle or need to get your current ride back on the road, stop into Big Valley Ford in Ewan, Michigan, and experience the Big Valley difference.
Welcome back and happy Friday night. I wanted to start off our forecast discussion by taking a look outside at Culver right now. Now, there's not much to see right now other than just a nice, still, calm night, though there will be fog developing late overnight, so that'll be picking up after midnight, more around just before daybreak, so anticipate some of that if you're on the roads late tonight. Otherwise, we are having those clear skies all across the North Woods right now. Temperatures in those mid-60s. Areas to the south have a couple clouds still, but we will be having a mostly starry night across the Badger State, and it will be cool but comfortable. So what we have going on, big picture, is going to be a center of high pressure that's going to be pretty much just parked right over the state of Wisconsin and the UP. That is going to allow for very pleasant conditions through the weekend, very mild stretch of weather. It is also going to develop a light northeast flow tomorrow, coming in at about 5 to 10 miles per hour. You'll hardly notice it at all. So for the rest of the night, we are going to be maintaining those clear skies, so we have that high pressure working to our favor for a pretty mild night. That will allow for us to be cooling on down, some of us even hitting those upper 40s overnight. That's what we call radiational cooling, losing that heating from the day. So maybe a light jacket will be good if you're going out tonight. But then tomorrow, we're ramping up that heat one more time to get back up to those low to mid 80s, getting back into the 60s pretty quickly in the morning with plenty of sun. And that sun will be sustained all day, and that will allow for those high temperatures to once again hit those 80s after hitting those 70s before noon. And while we're going to be seeing that sun tomorrow, we're going to see the sun again on Sunday and Monday and Tuesday and Wednesday. But then we're going to start to have a change as we introduce a cold front to the area. That is going to bring in a chance for showers and maybe even some thunderstorms late Wednesday into Thursday. Those chances are pretty low right now, but we could even see some thunderstorms late Thursday night. But we are going to be dry until then and warm. So looking at these high temperatures coming on up, starting with tomorrow, a high of 83, and then we're in those mid to upper 80s from Sunday to Monday. On Monday, some of us could even be feeling 90 degrees, and then we're cooling down to those mid 80s on the backside of the week. There'll be more clouds during this period of the week, and we'll introduce more of a muggy feel out there. So this first half of the weekend into early next week, feeling fantastic and hot. And then we're going to be introducing a Florida-like feel, still maintaining that warmth. And then we're waiting until Wednesday to Thursday to have our next round of showers. So like I said, introducing that Florida feel, but not yet. So we have a pretty pleasant stretch of temperatures to get through the weekend and that dryness. So that's going to be all weekend long. But then you'll notice into Tuesday to Wednesday, we're starting to get into that humid category of our muggy meter. So that's going to start to kind of bring back that air conditioning need. But through the weekend, turning off the air conditioning into the evening period overnight, that will be pretty pleasant as we'll have those cool nights coming on up. Just like we have tonight with that low getting down to about 53 degrees. And that will be with a stillness to the air as any winds out there go calm. And we'll expect fog late into the overnight. So good for now. I'm thinking more about 3 or 4 a.m. we can start to expect some of that to develop. But then as we head into Saturday, that quickly fades out and we'll have a day of mostly sunny skies. It will feel great. Low humidity, high temperatures in those mid 80s. And like I said, we're picking up that light northeast breeze at 5 to 10 miles per hour. And now put it all together for your 7-day forecast brought to you by Northwoods Furniture and Mattress is going to show that fantastic weekend followed up by a fantastic Monday and Tuesday. Not so bad in the middle of the week either. We'll wait for rain chances Wednesday to Thursday. Justin?
Thanks, Andrew. About 80 golfers participated in the YMCA of the Northwoods For the Kids Golf Scramble today. It's the 21st annual edition of the event. This year, the scramble took place at Northwood Golf Club for the first time. Proceeds benefit the YMCA's annual support campaign. Last year, that campaign, the whole thing, raised more than $160,000.
Our annual support campaign supports thousands of people every year. Every year we raise over $150,000, $160,000, and that goes towards our families, neighbors, friends, people, so no one's turned away for the inability to pay.
The YMCA provides resources for folks of all ages in the community, including kids. The golfers say they also enjoyed supporting a good cause.
You know, they get to come together with other individuals from our community, business leaders, community leaders, friends and neighbors, and get to have a great day on the golf course while really supporting a great cause.
The event also featured a cash raffle drawing, putting challenges, and team prizes. 18 different teams participated. The first place Milwaukee Brewers were back in action tonight after their all-star break. We'll have highlights of their matchup with the Reds next in sports.
What does it mean to fight for what's right? To us, it means helping accident victims get their lives back to normal again. Habish, and Rotier, we fight for what's right.
Here's the thing. When you create a network as a local, you know the dead spots. so you fix them. You know the neighbors, so you're good to them. Did you drop these? You know the strongest signal comes from starting local and staying loyal, no matter how much you grow. The nationwide network built from your town up. Right now, get up to $1,200 off any 5G phone. No trade-in required or hidden fees. U.S. Cellular, America's locally grown wireless.
Unlock a summer of possibilities in a new Chevy. Expand your options and your perspective. Find your next adventure in a new Chevy.
Make no monthly payments for the rest of the summer on all Silverado 1500 Crew Cab pickups. Plus, get 2.49% financing for 72 months and get $2,000 cash allowance.
It took us years to find the perfect bun for Culver's Pretzel House Pub Burger.
It's got the nice pretzel flavor on the outside, but when you open it up, it's light and airy. Got a nice sweet flavor to it. It literally melts in your mouth.
This bun is perfect for a Pretzel House Pub Burger. Seared fresh beef, tangy mustard bistro sauce, pickled red onions, 2 slices of bacon, served with our signature cheddar cheese sauce.
This bun was made for this burger. This is perfect.
I think it's an awesome burger. Welcome to Delicious.
Feel the freedom of the open road this summer. Ho-Chunk Gaming Wittenberg has your keys to adventure. We're giving away the keys to a hot new Ford Ranger Lariat in July, along with buckets of cash, a tailgate package, a camping package, and a patio package. Summer doesn't get any better. Grab your bestie and play your favorite game. While you play and have fun, earn entries all month long. Get entered today, because on Saturday, July 31st, we'll hand out the keys to the new Ford Ranger and lots of cash and prizes. Find your keys to adventure at Ho-Chunk Gaming Wittenberg.
Sports Watch 12 with Nate Myhawk starts now.
A lot of people use the summertime to get out, get some landscaping done, and the Rhinelander Area Silent Trails Association is no different. On Friday, the group got to work clearing out brush at the Washburn Trails area. They're planning on building a new pump track for the community. And if you're unfamiliar with a pump track, they're courses designed to help new riders get used to mountain biking, and also lets experienced riders get a warm-up before hitting the trails. The goal is to hopefully bring more people into mountain biking.
A lot of people are intimidated to go out and ride the single-track trails because of the varying degrees of difficulty. So the pump tracks, because they're a very controlled area, they're about as safe as you can get for single-track trails.
And Brian also told me that Rasta is hoping to have the track open for Labor Day weekend. Packers training camp won't start for another couple of weeks, but football never stops around the Northwoods. And a few seniors were able to finish their high school careers in Oshkosh. With the Coaches Association All-Star Game taking place, the 8-man teams took the field on Friday, and a few Northwoods athletes on the northern team took an early lead, but the South, with the help of a trio of Newman Catholic players, would come back to take command. And a big shout out to Dylan Ackerman. The Cardinal quarterback showed why he belonged in this game. A great showing from him and a better showing from the South All-Stars. They win ultimate bragging rights with a 35-16 win. After 4 days off, the Brewers returned to the field finally and once again faced off against the Reds, a team who entered the day just 4 games back of the NL Central lead. And to Cincinnati we go, Great American Ballpark, right along the Ohio River. And let's go top 2, Brewers down 2, but this will get them back into things. Avi Garcia, what a year he's been having, gets a hanger and he gives it a ride, a solo homer, and that cuts the deficit in half. But the Reds would extend their lead an inning later. Eugenio Suarez sending one off the base of the wall. Christian Yelich has trouble tracking that down. That's 2 runs coming around to score. The Reds lead 4-1. Jumping ahead to inning number 6 now, game tied at 5 until Colton Wong shoots one the other way off of Amir Garrett. That ball is bobbled in the outfield. It allows Jackie Bradley Jr. to score easily, and since he would implode late in the game, Brewers win game 1 11-6. Throughout the NBA Finals, there is no question that Giannis Antetokounmpo is the straw that stirs Milwaukee's drink. But he's needed some help from the supporting cast. And in Game 4, Chris Middleton provided 40 points as the Bucks tied up the series. But Milwaukee has struggled from the field against Phoenix. Currently, the Bucks are shooting well below league average, but they are thriving in one area, and that's turnovers. Or rather, the Bucks are avoiding giving the ball away, and that has been a major factor in keeping them in the hunt for a title.
Moving the ball has been a big emphasis, these last couple of games is, playing through their shifts, their helps, and driving and kicking a little bit more. Keeping our turnovers down is, it's huge for us, knowing the way we haven't been shooting the ball as well as we wanted, but as long as we get up a shot, it gives us, a good chance to score points.
Yeah, that makes sense to me, and there's no better time to get out of their shooting slump than in Game 5. That'll be played tomorrow night in Phoenix. Tip-off scheduled for 8, and that's all for sports tonight. Justin?
Thanks, Dave. Fishing is a popular sport or pastime here in the Northwoods, but the type of gear you use could have a big impact on local wildlife. We'll explain after the break.
This portion of Newswatch 12 is brought to you by Stone Innovations, Rhinelander and Plover.
Unlock a summer of possibilities in a new Chevy. Expand your options and your perspective. Find your next adventure in a new Chevy.
Enjoy the open road and make no monthly payments for the rest of the summer on all 2021 Trax models. Plus, get interest-free financing for 72 months when you finance with GM Financial. Chevrolet, the #1 selling brand in Wisconsin.
Land O'Lakes, Wisconsin is calling your name. Our growing community is ideal for a getaway or even a new place to live. Adventurous types can find thrilling ways to explore the outdoors, while others soak in the serenity of nature. Families can ride bikes through picturesque trails or check out the quaint library, while golfers hit the green. Take a stroll through our charming downtown and dig into decadent supper club fare. Land O'Lakes has everything you need to LOL. Live out loud, that is.
Come join us at the historic Waswaganing Indian Bowl, located in downtown Lac du Flambeau, Tuesdays through August 3rd. Experience the culture and pageantry of Ojibwe powwow, relax to the soothing sounds of Native American drums, and enjoy the vibrant colors of traditional regalia worn by authentic Ojibwe dancers. Watch and take part in the intertribal dances, and come tour our Ojibwe Summer Village. Gates open at 6 with grand entry at 7. Come and refresh your spirit, paid by the Native American Tourism of Wisconsin.
There's more to a yard than freshly cut grass. There's real life, full of twists and turns. Which is exactly why we built these mowers, to clear the way for stuff like this right here. Run with us, because the best yards are planted with real memories. Nothing runs like a deer.
Stop by Lakeland Lawn and Equipment in Arbor Vitae for special offers taking place for a limited time. Get great deals and service on legendary John Deere equipment.
Need a new boat or outboard? Then it's time to trade and upgrade with American Marine and Motorsports and Mercury Motors, because we need your old boat. We need to buy fishing boats, pontoons, and speedboats. So trade in your old one and upgrade into a new boat today. Come check out more boats and pontoons in stock than anywhere else in Wisconsin. Or we can help you get top dollar by selling your old boat on consignment. It's time to trade and upgrade with Mercury Motors and American Marine and Motorsports Shawano.
While fishing is a popular sport and big business here in the Northwoods, the tools that some anglers use could cause some major issues for nature. Newswatch 12's Kyle Pazorski talked with environmentalists and sporting goods retailers today about the risk of lead poisoning in local wildlife.
Cheaper. It's much cheaper to use a lead than it is tungsten or even steel. Tungsten, when you form tungsten, it also makes your hooks a little brittle, and your hooks tend to break if you're using it for a jig.
Part of the issue of using lead is its potential long-term effects on the environment.
40, 50 years from now, you're still going to find that. birds and animals and stuff are going to be eating it, and they're going to have problems with it.
Experts agreed that there is a need for people to recognize how lead products affect wildlife.
Mostly we see it in eagles, loons, probably swans are another big one. As far as eagles, they're probably the worst because they eat different things, gut piles, fish, so they'll eat anything from venison to fish, so they have more chance for exposure from fishing tackle and hunting equipment.
Naniat says that once a piece of lead breaks off from a line, the problem then goes through the entire ecosystem.
A lot of times people are using lead jig heads and sinkers for fishing. Maybe a northern bites the line off. Eagle comes along, catches that fish, and eats it and consumes that. We had one particular year where we tested every single eagle that came in through the door. We had 46 eagles that year. 98% had lead, either lead poisoning or significantly higher levels of lead than they should have had.
Nania, along with conservation groups, are now pushing state and local governments to come up with a solution.
We took it out of our paint, we took it out of our gasoline many years ago, and that's the reason why, because it was an environmental hazard. And so now it's time to get it out of our hunting and fishing tackle as well.
That's Newswatch 12's Kyle Pozorski reporting. Several states have outlawed lead sinkers. Wisconsin is not among them. We'll be right back with one final look at your forecast after the break. But first, Newswatch 12's Chris Baranek has this week's Big Old Fish.
Newswatch 12's Big Old Fish is brought to you by Kurt's Island Sports Shop in Minocqua.
You're going to need a bigger boat.
Hey, let me ask you, what did the shark eat on his peanut butter sandwich? A jellyfish. Well, anyway, we're going to move right along with this week's Big Old Fish. We start off with Bradley Nawara from Riverside, Illinois, who caught this beautiful largemouth bass on Lake Minocqua last September. He was using a Heddon Basser. It was early in the morning, and he released the fish after taking a selfie with it and watched it slowly swim away. That's a great experience, and that's a big old fish. Way to go, Bradley. Keep on reeling them in. Okay, next up we have Scott Elias from Waters Meet, Michigan. And he was fishing somewhere near Waters Meet back in the end of April when he caught this absolute slab of a crappie, measured in at 16 inches. I don't care where you're from, that is one big old fish. Way to go, Scott. Keep reeling them in. Moving right along, we have 10-year-old Lola Klug from Merrill. Now, this is the first fish for her in 2021. Also the first walleye, and it was legal, 15 1/4 inches. She caught it from her grandparents' dock on the Wisconsin River. That'll make for some nice memories. That's a heck of a fish. You get a bunch of them, you got a big old fish fry. Way to go, Lola. Keep on reeling them in. Next up, and not to be outdone, 5-year-old Tate Klug from Merrill caught his first legal fish and his first walleye from his grandparents' dock also, and it was 16 1/8 inches. Way to go, Tate. Keep on reeling them in. And finally this week, we have Ron Miller from Tomahawk. Now, since he was fishing from shore, obviously he didn't need a bigger boat, but he certainly had an excellent time wintering in Florida. He caught this 6-foot shoreline sandbar shark. And let's also not forget to mention that he caught 3 blacktip sharks as well. Now, there's no mention of whether or not they had a peanut butter and jellyfish sandwich, but either way, that's a big old fish. Way to go, Ron. Keep on reeling them in.
All right, fishermen and women, make sure to keep those trophy pictures coming. All the information you need to be in a future episode of Big Old Fish and win a Norling Taxidermy fish mount is on our website, WJFW.com. And remember, anglers, fish on.
This portion of Newswatch 12 is brought to you by Builders Service Incorporated, Elko.
When you buy a mattress from Slumberland
and sleep on it for 120 nights,
if you're not happy, we'll make it right.
Get this Sealy Memory Foam Queen mattress for just $3.99.
Or come lay on our selection of 8 memory foam mattresses, all for under $1,000.
Dad, we do this every day.
When I was your age, we didn't have the 2021 Nissan Rogue with intelligent all-wheel drive. You know what we had? The occasional Sunday drive, a gravel road here and there. We didn't get to experience the thrill of groundbreaking driving technology on a daily basis like you kids do.
The fiercely reimagined Nissan Rogue. Get 0% financing for up to 72 months on 13 models or save up to $52.62 on select models.
Have all the summer projects got you feeling like you are juggling more than you want? Maher Water Corporation can help you take one ball out of the mix. Just like taking a break to watch our athletes compete in Japan, this summer you can take a break and let us treat your water. So while you are rooting on the U.S., enjoy your American-made water. And to all the athletes representing our country, bring home the gold.
Newswatch 12's Justin Betty and meteorologist Jeff Weller bring you the news and weather of the North Woods. Alongside the Newswatch 12 team, they are committed to the community and ensuring that you are as informed as possible. The Newswatch 12 team works hard to deliver the most important stories from around the globe, local and national sports updates, and weather reports. Watch Justin and Jeff weeknights at 5, 6, and 10 on WJFW NBC 12.
Need a new boat? Then it's time to trade and upgrade with American Marine and Motorsports because we need your old boat. We need to buy fishing boats, pontoons, and speedboats. So trade in your old one and upgrade into a new boat today. Come check out more boats and pontoons in stock than anywhere else in Wisconsin. Or we could help you get top dollar by selling your old boat on consignment. It's time to trade and upgrade with American Marine and Motorsports Shawano.
When you buy a mattress from Slumberland
and sleep on it for 120 nights,
if you're not happy, we'll make it right.
Get this Sealy Memory Foam Queen mattress for just $3.99.
Or come lay on our selection of 8 memory foam mattresses, all for under $1,000.
Well, we just saw this week's Big Old Fish, which included a shark, which is not a fish, but that's not the point. One big old fish caused a problem for a person driving in Neenah, just south of Appleton this week. Check it out. The city's community development officials believe a bird was carrying a carp, but dropped it. Oof. And it landed on this car, leaving a pretty good dent on the hood. They know this because the carp was found just a few feet from there. But that's rough luck, being hit on the top of a car with a fish.
You know what? That's a big old fish causing a big old dent.
Yes, it is. Absolutely true. A lot of folks going to be fishing this weekend. Weather's going to be great.
That's right. It'll be great tonight, great all weekend into next week. So looking outside for the rest of our night, we have lows getting down to 53. Some of us even touching the 40s. So maybe a little bit cool tonight. But now coming up tomorrow for your fishing forecast in Rhinelander, we're seeing plenty of sun to start the day. 63 by 8 a.m. and then by noon we'll be getting to those upper 70s, low 80s. And we're topping out in the low 80s tomorrow. Here we go, looking at your 7-day forecast here one more time. So like Justin just said, that really nice fishing weather through the weekend, having those mid to upper 80s, and it'll be really warm coming Monday. We could be touching 90s.
It's a long, dry stretch. Be shooting sports in shorts, though, the next week at least. Probably.
Shorts and sunscreen. Those are my two.
Good call. Sunscreen is a good call.
We need those.
Thanks, guys. Thank you for joining us on Newswatch 12 at 10. The Tonight Show starring Jimmy Fallon is next. Have a great night and a great weekend.